welcome all of you with my love and respects. Today I wanted to expand on some of these principles in depth. Power of words, what it can cause in you, power of thinking, power of feeling, power of living. I think more than the word power of living, I may use the word powers of living, because living is not words plus feelings plus thinking. Words, please listen. Life is not equivalent to words plus thinking plus feeling. It is something more than all these put together. See, life is not something equivalent to your body plus mind. There is something more. That component which is something more is still not defined and can't be explained. I can say that is the gray area. Understand step by step the power of words. Words you utter can either make your life or break your life. Words others utter towards you can make your life or break your life. And the words others utter towards you is not accident. The words you utter towards others is responsible for the words others throw towards you. Please listen. The words you throw at your servant, you will receive it from your boss. The words you throw at your neighbors, you will receive it from somebody else who is around you in your life. The words you utter literally designs the karmic flow of your life. It is like the road you take is going to decide the destination you are going to reach. The words you start uttering is going to decide the karmic flow of your life. It can either make or break your life. Second important thing I wanted you to know, the words you utter towards you, that is most important than the words you utter towards others. The words you utter towards others and the words you utter towards you. Look in constantly the words you utter towards you, the words you utter towards yourself. I tell you, the words you utter towards yourself immediately can change the way you think about you, the way you feel about you, the way your body, mind, muscles respond. I tell you, the words, power of words is Saraswati. Power of thinking is Lakshmi. Power of feeling is Durga. All the three are available to us if we know how to harness the power, how to use that power. Power of thinking, in one moment you can make anything look like God. Within next few moments you can make anything look like demon in your life. Please understand, if you bow down, even a small stone can become a god. If you are afraid of, even God will look like demon. I have seen people who are afraid of completion, the spiritual process. They really can't even face me. I have seen this many times. No, I don't want to come to see him. Why? No, then I may have to give up alcohol. I may have to give up smoking. I have seen many people come and tell me, Swamiji, my husband doesn't want to come and see you. I asked, why is he afraid? No, he feels if he sees you, he has to give up on non-veg and alcohol. I tell them, no, I'm not going to ask him to give up non-veg and alcohol. No, he knows if he sees you, he will give up automatically. He is afraid that his life will change. Even if they come, they will not look in my direction. They will look in the other way. Please listen. The power of thinking, your logic can play any side. The way you think is a power for you and people around you. $600 billion US spends all over the world just to promote their lifestyle through media. Please understand. Just to promote their lifestyle through media, their way of clothing, eating, dressing, $600 billion every year US spends. Why? Because the moment you start thinking the way they want you to think, now you have become a market, a buyer for them, their products. Now whole life you earn for whom? For them. Because if you want to be joyful, you have to do what they are asking you to do. If you think you are joyful, you are going to celebrate the way they expect you to celebrate, the way they want you to spend. In those days, when you are happy, you run to the temple. When you are sad, you run to the temple. Now, when you are happy, you run to the Tasmak. When you are sad, you run to the Tasmak. Tasmak is alcohol shop in Tamil Nadu. It's a brand for liquor shop. Please understand the thinking. The way you think is going to add either power to you or power to others. The moment America makes you think as they want you to think, then naturally your food becomes what they want. Your clothes becomes what they want. Your way of living becomes the way they want. So now, whether you are happy or joyful, they are going to make money out of you. Your joy is going to make money for them. Your happiness is going to make money for them. It is so unfortunate you celebrate your festivals as they want. And I am really, really, really shocked, and I cannot tolerate this one thing. Our culture is based on eat what grows in the land you live. Please understand, that is why our eating style changes every 100 kilometers. Travel in India, every 100 kilometers, the way we cook, what we eat changes. Because we believe a deep feeling connection with the land we live. You should also know our science of housing. We call it Vastu Veda. Says very clearly, make your house or the place for any purpose, like a common halls, temples, anything. Make from the material you get from that area. Only that way the longevity, life of the construction is ensured. Actually, if this law is followed, we will not have so many people dying in tsunami, because we start moving material from one area to another area where we can't live. But we force the nature to accommodate us. When the nature gets agitated, aggravated, large number of deaths happen. Our lifestyle is such beautiful lifestyle. I tell you, the variety is our lifestyle. Travel every 100 kilometer. In India, you will see a different way of food, different way of dressing. Please understand, don't ever think whole Karnataka people wear the dress in the same way, or whole Andhra people wear dress in the same way, whole Tamil Nadu people dress in the same way. No, every 100 kilometer we have unique way of dressing. Every 100 kilometer we have unique way of eating. Every 100 kilometer we had unique way of housing ourselves. It's unfortunately this multinational companies, this concept of franchisee, making all of you, treating all of you as animals, which are responsible for all the crimes in the world. Do you know the animal you eat in KFC cannot be called anymore as chicken? The KFC, what you eat cannot be called anymore as a chicken as per law, because the chicken is produced without feather, bone, for the sake of large amount of flesh. The whole structure is genetically altered. They are fed not through natural way. They are made to weigh heavy, not through natural way. Everything is artificial. Because of that, the court has ruled you cannot use anymore the word chicken for what you eat in KFC. Please understand the extreme horror, extreme separation from nature. Nothing is natural. What you eat, what you wear, where you live, nothing is natural. I need to explain this one truth. Yesterday we were sitting and discussing about this transformation business organizations. The organizations which does this spiritual transformation as a business. Some are for profit, some are non-profit, but the transformation is their business. I was looking at how these organizations map Hindu Dharma into Western frame. I was looking at the whole thing and how they are miserably failing trying to create the KFC animal out of chicken. I'll call that as a KFC animal because we don't have any other name. What KFC produces. The KFC animal is altered chicken. Same way, all their transformation ideologies are altered Upanishads, altered Vedas. But please understand, they moved too much away from the original truth. I want you to get it. Please listen. Dhyan se suniye. Really, it's a very important truth. Get it. As I said, our rishis have not copyrighted the sacred truths, but they hid all the truths in the language. Tatata is not acceptance, it is non-resistance. Same way, the four major components you need to understand now is self, world, God, and humanity. But if you see the earlier scriptures, Hinduism says only three: self, world, God. I am adding four. You may wonder why. Please listen. Originally, if you see all the scriptures of Dwapara Yuga, the Rama's age, in Satya Yuga there was no need for any scriptures. It was just Shruti. They heard and became enlightened, so no need for any book. Master teaches, disciple gets enlightened. Over. No need for any book. There was no book in Satya Yuga. In the Dwapara Yuga, the Rama's age, the separation started getting into the collective memory. That means the critical mass started feeling separated from the I and the world. The gap between the me and world started. But still, the connection with God continued to exist. Please listen. Then, in the Treta Yuga, Krishna's age, the critical mass has started suffering with a separation with God also. Rama is Dwapara, Krishna is Treta. When Krishna left the body, Kali started. When Kali was about to start, Krishna left the body. So please listen. When the critical mass is suffering, the separation from God, then you have to make three entities. The understanding about all the three entities required. Now, the fourth entity means the humanity has moved so much out of the nature, the world. We will have to have world as a humanity as the fourth entity. Please listen. All philosophies are created for you to understand the important components of life. In Satya Yuga, there was no separation between the I and the God, I and the world. So enlightenment was transmitted just by the word without any book. Second, in Dwapara Yuga, the separation, collective mass started feeling separated from I and world. The gap between I and world is experienced by the collective mass. So all the scriptures of Dwapara Yuga speaks only about these two, Jiva and Jagat, self and the world. Next, the third Yuga, Treta Yuga, Krishna's time, the mass, common mass has started feeling separated, not only from the world, from God also. That is why you have to understand now all the three. Self, God and world. Now, there is one more separation happening. The human being's life is so much away from the world. I will have to create the fourth division. Self, God, world and humanity, society. Because what you think as valuable is moved out of nature. It is now no more the rare items in the nature are valuable. Pepper is more valuable, your dollar. It's a man invented valuable. Your pleasures are no more based on nature. Your pains are no more based on nature. When you are with nature, your pain is only physical pain. But now, if you don't get an award, if you experience pain, which is not natural. In those days, your pleasure was having gold or pearls or diamonds, which is naturally available. Rarely, because of the demand and supply gap, that becomes valuable. Anything more demand and less supply, that becomes valuable. It was natural law. But now, what you think as valuable is created demand or created understanding. Dollar is not natural phenomena. It's artificial phenomena. Same way, the principles with which you think or live is not nature-based, it is law-based. The country's law-based. Please listen. So the country law has become a significant part of your thinking system. One generation before, naturally we lived on ordinary tap water and borewell water. It's not that we were dying every other day through the water contamination. But now, we are made to believe, made to think, we continue to think without packaged drinking water, you cannot survive. And you cannot survive. That's the truth. Because we have started so strongly believing, our body believes. Anyhow, listen, this separation is caused by ignorant visionaries, ignorant leaders, ignorant decision makers. I tell you, when you think the way ignorance wants you to think, it is blind leading the blind. In Tamil, there is a beautiful verse by a great saint Tirumular. Kuruttum kuruttum kuruttattamadi kudiyil vizhundadame. A blind and the blind played the blind game and fell into the ditch. So please understand, the way you think is very important. Either it can make you powerful or powerless. A simple thinking you have about your drinking water can make your immune system powerful or powerless. The simple thinking you have about your food can make you strong or weak. Through our Nirahara Samyama, I broke many myths taught to you by your so-called MNCs and MNC promoted medical system. Listen, I have proved without eating, the vitamin D goes up. Your hemoglobin level goes up. Your body is free from the diseases, which is completely breaking all the myths you have been taught from the beginning, as I said, by the so-called MNCs. I am not against having pizza once in a while. I am not against having KFC food or McDonald's food once in a while. But the way it is happening, we are going to become just like US, where we are going to eat the same food, which is not right decision for our health, because our system functions based on the land we live, the air we breathe. People who live on the banks of a river, if they eat the fish from that river, their whole body is perfectly balanced. But not the people who live far away from that river. If you are living near the ocean, eat the fish available from the ocean, your body will be balanced. You do not know the 110 things behind the happening in the whole ecology system. Please understand. The idea of food itself is nothing but the things which you do not have, which other components of the five elements as around you, taking that and strengthening your body is food. So eat what grows in the land around you. Eat what is available from the place where you are living. Build your housing from the material available in your area. If you are living near a forest, don't go and bring TMT iron rods and pour the RCC concrete and create a RCC bungalow to live. No. If you are living near a forest, make beautiful housing out of the wood available from the forest, out of the materials available from that area, because even the house you live in adds energy to you. The area you live in, the land you live in, always balances and supplies what you don't have naturally through these materials like food and the air and the way you use things. I know what I am proposing will have hundreds of questions. I am telling you, I am building the house where I am going to stay out of the mud of this land. We just add little lime or the haritaki powder for bonding. We are actually already working. When you dig foundation, the mud you get, make blocks out of that and start living, you will have highest health, the peak health. Unfortunately, you think now the way MNCs want you to think. Somebody else is harnessing power of your thinking. Somebody else is enjoying the way you think. Wear the dress made out of the cotton growing in your area. Don't bring gunny bag from some country. No, in my native, I am born and brought up in Tiruvannamalai. In my native, I have seen some great siddhas, sadhus. They will wear the gunny bag. People will make fun of them. Now I see the whole world is wearing gunny bag in the name of jeans. They used to call him Sakapai Swami. Now I am seeing the whole world has become Sakapai Swami. But one good thing, he used to wear the natural gunny bag, which you get from the jute in that area. Now you import that gunny bag from all the way from some country and make that as a fashion. The way you think becomes power for somebody else. The worst thing can happen to human being is forgetting the right way of feeling. What kind of a feeling, if you cherish or entertain, will lead you to the peak possibility of your life. But unfortunately, see, even our food, clothes getting destroyed. I'm not worried so much about it. I feel, but the way we feel joy, sadness, even that is getting destroyed, corrupted. Our way of enjoying pleasures, our dances, our singing. Why should I jump when I am feeling joyful as he wants me to jump? Let me jump as I like to. as I wanted. But unfortunately, even your crying, your laughing, your joy, your sadness, everything is dictated by MNCs in the modern world. When you are feeling joyful, what you are supposed to do, you have been told, promoted constantly through the advertisements and publicity and media and everything. The moment you feel joyful, you feel immediately you should open a champagne. The moment you feel you are sad, you feel immediately you should open a bottle. Whether you feel sad or joyful, it's income for him. The way you feel is corrupted. If you are feeling joyful, jump and dance, celebrate the life. If you are feeling sad, scream and complete with it. Be in peace. Let your feeling flow in a very natural way. But unfortunately, even in your feeling, you are no more natural. Please understand. If your words are not power for you, it is power for somebody else. If your thinking is not making you powerful, it is making somebody else powerful. If your feeling is not making you powerful, it is making somebody else powerful. And naturally making you powerless. If your thinking is not making you powerful, two things you need to know. It is making somebody else powerful and making you powerless. If your words are not making you powerful, know two things. They are making somebody else powerful and making you powerless. If your feeling is not making you powerful, it is making somebody else powerful and it is making you powerless. Same way you are living. Understand? Move from MNC of multinational companies to MNC of Mahanirvani culture. We need new MNC. For new people, I wanted to say Mahanirvani is the Pita, means the oldest Hindu spiritual organization which I belong to as a Mahamandaleshwar. Now, the essence of today's Satsang. When the words make you powerless, it is making somebody else powerful. When your thinking is not making you powerful, it is making you powerless and making somebody else powerful. Same way with your feeling and living. I will continue on this subject tomorrow also, especially about living. Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share, and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapitham, Nithyananda Nagar, off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bengaluru. Phone 08027279999. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.